morning. We are early today. So today's video or live, we're going to be talking about aging. Okay. And I wanted to talk about this, and we're not going to be talking about aging in the point of like giving y'all products to use. We're not talking in aging in that format. We are going to be focusing on what you can be doing, especially if you are a woman in your 20s. I'm 37. So there are a lot of key things that I give women that are in their 20s to be doing in their life, specifically in their life, in their day-to-day skincare routine and things like that that can help you age gracefully. Because I just don't agree with all of this, like using, like, let's say, for example, like Botox and all this stuff. Like, you don't need all that. Like, okay, if you take care of yourself, you don't need all of that stuff. But I feel like that has been pushed towards the younger, women, and it's supposed to be preventative. And I don't agree with that, because obviously we see it as well with the 30-year-olds. If you're looking at how the 30-year-olds are aging versus the 20-year-olds, it is a big difference. Okay. Botox and all that stuff, you shouldn't have to consider that until you're my age and possibly 40, right? So there are a few key things that we're going to talk about here that if you are not already doing, and not only that for 20-year-olds, but if you are like in your 30s and you want to, better your image, these are some lifestyle things. These are some things you can do on your day-to-day basis to make sure that you are looking your best. Okay. Because you can use all the products on your skin. I don't care what nobody says. You can throw all the retinols, vitamin C's, and all that. If these areas of you are not together, baby, it's not going to matter what you're going to look like. You're going to age, okay, horribly. Now, I also want to say this. There is nothing wrong with the aging process. It is a part of life, right? I just say age gracefully, okay? If you are 25, why are you looking like you are 40? That's not, no, that should not be the case. You should be looking somewhat like your age, all right? My grandmother is an 87-year-old woman, and she looks great for her age. She's, of course, 87, but she looks good for her age. She looks like she's a solid 87. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. So, first thing first, I have my notes here. Let me take a look and make sure I got everything. Okay, got it. All right. So, first thing first that we're going to talk about is what you are eating. Okay. What are you consuming on a daily basis? This is the first thing we're going to talk about when it comes to aging, is your diet. What are you eating? Are you eating a lot of processed foods? Okay. Are you eating McDonald's in the morning, In and Out for lunch? Like, you ain't seen a veggie or a fruit or a cup of water throughout your day? That is a problem. Okay. The skin is going to show you what is going on the inside. It is very important for longevity of your health. That is the whole point of nutrition. Okay. You need to look for anti-inflammatory nutrition. All right. You guys know also antioxidants. I love my hibiscus tea. I love my berries, things that have those antioxidants in them as well, that help with, your overall aging and all that. It is important how you eat. Okay. So let's talk about what you should be putting in your diet. Number one, a lot of y'all, for the life of me, get you some water. Okay. Y'all don't be drinking enough water for me. And I can tell. Okay. Your skin will tell you. A lot of people tell me, like, ask me, oh, you're glowing. How are you glowing? Not only is my skin oily, but water is something that I drink every day, all day. Okay. And I may put like my hibiscus tea in it, my chamomile tea in it, my anise tea in it, things that are going to, give me that, nutrition and what I need. But y'all need to be drinking y'all water, because y'all be looking dried out. Okay. So let's get into a few things that you should be eating. Now, you want to be eating your spinach, your kale, your antioxidants. Okay. You ain't seen a salad in how long? When's the last time you had a kale salad? When's the last time you put some spinach on your plate and all that? I don't like it. I don't. Get over it. Get over it. You're supposed to eat for your nutrition, not for what you like. And a lot of y'all like that processed shit. And that's the reason why y'all look like that. And y'all got the health issues that you have. Get you some leafy greens into your diet. Even if you put it into a smoothie, okay? All you need is a handful. Get a little salad on the side with whatever you eat for lunch or dinner. Get you some greens, okay? And it's also good for your gut health, all right? Berries, like I said, my blueberries. I got me a thing of blueberries in the freezer right now. I like to take them and put them into my oatmeal. Okay. Blueberries are also great at fighting off like stress and the things of stress that cause aging. Okay. It's oxidative. So make sure you are definitely having your berries, blueberries, raspberries, elderberry. What's the other one? Blackberries, which I don't like because they have little seeds in them, but blackberries. Okay. Like get you some berries, healthy fats. Okay. Y'all be healthy fats, avocados, olive oils, nuts, almonds, things like that. Get you some healthy fats. The healthy fats are going to help that skin barrier as well as your hormones. Okay. This is all linked, not just to that. Okay. This is all linked. What you eat supports the body. Therefore, what? It supports what your skin is looking like. So you need to make sure you are eating your healthy fats. Okay. Omega 3s with your diet. You want to make sure you are doing your salmon, your chia seeds, okay? The omega 3s are going to help to reduce inflammation. And when the body is inflamed on the inside, what happens? It shows up on the outside. So make sure you are getting your omega 3s, okay? You can also get this stuff in pill form as well, but if you can eat it, even better. All right. And the last one, which is this one too, is really, really important. And I want to link this to something else. Right now, what they are seeing amongst the board is that younger people right now are getting colon cancer. And this is why this one made me reminded of it, remind you of that. But a lot of younger people right now are getting colon cancer. And I really do think it's because of what they are consuming and what they are eating. And a lot of people are not eating enough fiber. So you want to make sure you're eating fiber rich things like beans, oats, veggies. They're great for your gut health. And your gut health is also very connected to your skin. All right. This is very easy, I feel, to do. It is nothing for you to go, you know what, let me go get some berries. And a lot of this can be combined. Let me go get some blueberries and some oatmeal and put it together in a bowl and eat that for breakfast. There you go. Boom, you got that. Let me grab, some kale and chop up some avocado and put it on a salad. You got like a lot of this is very interchangeable and it's very easy to do. Not only that, if you are someone who is eating out, like let's say you go to like Chick-fil-A or something like that, you can get a salad. You know what I'm saying? You can add little things. And a lot of these places that you may go and grab food to eat, they have a lot of healthy options as well. So it's just being mindful on a daily basis of what you are consuming. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are putting in more of those things into your diet to help with you aging gracefully. The next thing that you want to like ease up on or eliminate or try not to eat too much of is excessive sugar and ultra processed snacks or processed snacks. Personally, for me, when I eat too much sugar, I can see it in my face. My face will tell me everything. It puffs up. I get puffy around the eyes. My face will tell me when it does not like something. And excessive sugar is one of those for me. Okay, eating way too much sugar will throw off your gut health, it'll throw off your system, and then it shows up in your skin with skin issues, as well as processed snacks and food as well. Those are no good for your system. Okay, so it is important to, lessen that. Not saying you can't have it because I love me a good cookie. Okay, I love me a good cookie and some ice cream. Okay, but you should not be consuming it all day, every day. All right. Um, Alcohol use. Y'all be drinking too much too. And along with that, okay, y'all be drinking and too much, and then you wondering why your skin looks dried out. Okay, your hair looks dried out. You look dried out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with in drinking, but you just need to make sure that you are not doing that heavily. All right. Okay. So the first thing to aging gracefully that we just talked about, if you're just like stepping in, is diet. It is very important. And along with that, because we didn't, that's focused mainly on foods, but drinking your water. Also putting in teas into your diet. You know, hibiscus tea is one of my favorite teas for my overall skin. Um, Also too, if you are, let's say, not sure if you're getting all of your nutrients, get a multivitamin. Okay. Vitamin D is the number one thing a lot of people are deficient in, and that can also affect your skin. So if you're not getting enough of it, eating, get it in the tablet form, okay? And you can just take that multivitamin on a daily basis just to be on the safe side, to make sure you are getting your nutrition. So the first thing first that I want you guys to do, look at your nutrition today. What are you eating? What are you eating? Okay. Yeah, you want to age gracefully. What are you putting into your body to support that? Okay. Any questions? Any questions for me? No? Okay. We're going to move on to the next thing. All right. The next one. This is another one. This is another one. I'm gonna get on y'all today. I'm not be we gonna get y'all together. Cause listen, we want to age gracefully without having to do much. You shouldn't have to go and get somebody to put the shots in your face or string your face up like a puppet because you didn't take care of yourself when you needed to, so you don't age gracefully. No, we're gonna get you together. And because I am 37 years old, and I always think people always think I'm like 10 years younger than what I am. It's because I take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? And I really do feel like when you take care of yourself, you see it in people, right? Is coffee okay for the skin? No, coffee is great for the skin. I used to use it as an actual scrub. You can take coffee grounds and use it as a scrub for the actual face. It's really good for the skin. It has a lot of great benefits. So coffee is good as long as you don't have any sensitivities. Okay. All right, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump into the next aging gracefully tip here. Move your body, especially us Americans. Move your body. The store is down the street. Why are you getting in your car to drive down the street? You better walk. Okay? Move your body. You sitting in bed doing nothing. Uh-huh. Scrolling. You better get up out your bed and hit a little workout. Okay? Move your body. Let me tell you, we are starting to see it. And I see it also with my grandmother. When you don't work out and you don't strengthen your body as you get older, you lose a lot of your mobility, right? You're more prone to fall and things like that. And you need to have certain muscles back, strengthen the legs to keep you going, right? And a lot of people don't recognize that until they get older and they can't stand right, or they can't move because the muscles in their legs are weak because they never worked out when they were younger or did any type of training. Start moving your body. I don't care if it's, I always say, if it's 15 minutes a day, do something to get the blood flowing. Okay, blood flow in the body is great for the skin. When you work out, you sweat, you get all those toxins out, your skin looks so much better. Move your body. I cannot tell you guys enough. And it ain't got to be you in the gym. Okay, it don't got to be all that. It can just be you going for a walk 15 minutes every day, getting some steps in every day. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So strength training is good. You guys know you should be lifting something. You don't have to go super hard. I have like 5 pound weights that I use, five each. And when I work out, I'll use them to work out. I don't like to lift too much because I ain't trying to bulk. I'm just trying to, but using some kind of like weight in your workout is great because it keeps your metabolism going, and also keeps for your bones and your posture. Okay, so get you some little, even when you're going on a walk, you can put like little weighted anklets on. You can hold on to your little weights while you're walking. Like, put it into your routine. Okay, somehow, some way. Some people do the weighted vest when they're walking or running. Do it. Okay, you go to the grocery store, put on your ankle weights and hit the grocery store, because while you walk in those aisles, guess what? Them legs gonna be burning. All right. um you can do low impact cardio. Oh, like walking. Stairmaster is one of my favorites. I actually need to get my ass back in the gym with the Stairmaster, because I was hitting the Stairmaster for like 45 minutes. Easy peasy. It's been a minute since I've been on the Stairmaster. But the Stairmaster will get you right, okay? And it's very important too to know your form when you are using the machines like treadmills and Stairmasters. But let me tell you, they will get your cardiovascular system going, and they will definitely have you sweating. Okay, so doing some type of cardio. You don't have to be running every day, but some type of something to get that heart rate going. All right, do it. And then also another one, stretching. You guys are 25 years old and you can't even reach your toes without uh, uh you should be stretching. Okay, I like to stretch after every workout, and then, like, let's say at night, if I didn't do much for the day, I just take like 10 minutes to stretch my body. Mobility, stretching, it prevents stiffness, it prevents injury. Move your body, stretch it out, and it feels so great. You stretch everything, get everything, moving, you good. And let me tell you something. If you are someone who is in your 20s watching this, you only get stiffer as you get older. Mm-hmm. If you're not stretching yourself out and keeping that mobility going, by the time you hit my age of 37, baby, you are going to be crying trying to touch your ankles. Okay. All right. So stretch it out now. And the hips too, you don't really realize how like stiff your hips can be until you start actually like flexing, doing the butterfly and stretching out your hips. And you're like, oh, I didn't even know they were that tight. Yeah, baby. They be tight. Okay. So just some key things, muscle loss does you start to see muscle loss too as you get older, right? And you start to see it in the body. I know we all seen it before, where we see someone who didn't work out or take care of their bodies and the muscles are just loose and flabby, the skin is just loose and flabby. So as you get older, you do lose muscle mass. And yeah, so you just want to make sure that you are moving your body, just to keep yourself toned, but not only that, keeping that skin looking its best, keeping those toxins out the body and all that. So exercise. Any questions? Classes in session today. And for me, like, I'm not a heavy like worker outer. Okay, we don't go too hard, because I do think there has to be a balance with your body and working out. You have to find out what is good for you. If you feel like a 15-minute walk is in your like line of it, you don't want to go too hard, then that's fine. Add some weights to your walk. You know what I'm saying? Go on a walk. You can watch your TV show while you're going on a walk, or you can listen to your podcast while you're going on a walk. Get outdoors. Okay? Like I said, the stores up the street, you don't gotta freaking get in your car. Take your bags that you take and go up there and walk and get your groceries, unless you're getting like a hell of a lot of groceries. But if you get a few things, just walk up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, utilize ways for you to move your body, because now people are not doing that. They're not utilizing moving their body, and when they get older, that is going to be their downfall. All right, perfect. Any questions? Okay, no. All right. So tip number 3, and we talk about this one. We talk about this one a lot. Tip number 3: sleep and stress management. Yeah, stop scrolling. Stop scrolling at night. Put that phone down. It's midnight. It's 1 o'clock. Why are you still scrolling? Uh, oh. Mm-hmm. All right. One of the things about not getting enough sleep is in the body, how you see it. Let me tell y'all how y'all see it. Here. The under eye area will tell you, it will tell so much on you. You will get darkness. Your eyes will start to look sunken. And not only there, but also on the top part too. You will start to have darkness and it's not going to look good. It's not going to look good. Get your rest. I personally think 6 hours is good enough for the average person. And when I'm saying get your rest, let's talk about sleep real quick. Because a lot of you guys are not getting proper sleep. You guys are not even prepping yourself for sleep, okay? Get in the shower. Cleanse your body, right? Start the wind down process. Put your phone on D&D. Make you a tea. Prep the mind and the body for rest. You guys aren't prepping yourselves. And then you're wondering why you can't sleep. You're sleeping with everything on your mind from the day. And that's the reason why you're not able to properly sleep. Put the phone away. Drink your tea. Read a book. Put maybe on a little music or put on a TV show on low, right? Journal. All them problems that you got on your mind for the day, I'm going to need for you to give it to God, okay? I'm going to need for you to, because your rest is so much more important and your body recalibrating and doing what it needs to do while you sleep is so much more important than the world, okay? Sleeping is that time that you go to rest and you do what you need to do so that the next day you wake up, you are ready to go. If you are not properly sleeping, you are not ready to take care of anything. And it not only is going to affect you, it's going to affect your family, it's going to affect your work, it is going to affect your health. Everything along the line, when you don't sleep properly and take care of yourself, it affects everything on the marker. You have to find out how to wind down and take care of yourself and get proper rest, and the rest falls into place. Oh, thank you. It's important. Listen, this advice is important. I'm glad that it's great and you're getting something from it because this is what I'm here for. But I think it's really important information because people ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's affecting them. So one thing about me, I'll show you guys a little something with me because I feel like my journey also too is like how I relate here. So one thing that I do is that I put my phone hits D&D at 8 o'clock. So 8 p.m., my phone hits D&D. The main thing about that is like, I'm not talking to nobody. Now, of course, if it's an emergency, my sister can get through, my man can get through, my grandma can get through, my brother can get through. Those are numbers that are allowed through. But anything else, D&D, you don't need to get through. That's the time where I start to wind down. I shower, I have my tea. If I want to watch something, I can watch a TV show, or if I want to be on my phone, I can do that. But that is my wind down time. 9 o'clock, there's no phone. My phone goes down. I put my phone down. I continue watching a movie or whatever. But this is the time that I prep myself to go to sleep. All right. Um, if there is something on my mind, I also do a great job of like just meditating to sleep or putting on a meditative like YouTube video for me to like listen to while I'm going into sleep. And something that I also too recently have stopped doing is that I'm somebody who wakes up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning like clockwork, you know? And what I would do is that I would immediately go on my phone and scroll. And I would start scrolling and I'll be up scrolling for like 2 to 3 hours. And so I wouldn't go back to sleep until about like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I'll have to be up at like 5 or 6 and wondering why I'm exhausted and why I don't feel well. So I had to stop scrolling and put my phone down and go, no, if you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, let it be. The reason why also I'm waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning is because all my problems that I have going on like to bombard me. So I'll wake up and the first thing I'm thinking about is this bill is due. I have to do that. I didn't get that done. This didn't get that. All these things come into my brain that I did not take care of or whatever it is, right? And I started to tell myself, everything is taken care of. Everything is fine. Everything works out in my favor. and I would shut my brain back down and go back to sleep. You have to learn that your sleep is very important. It's a very important process and part of how your body functions. And when you're talking about the aging aspect of it as well, when you are not resting and allowing your cells to regenerate, allowing your body to regenerate, you're not getting the proper recalibration that you need. It's going to show up on the skin. So I just want to zone in on sleep because that's really, really important. Um, and people say 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I say 6 to 7. It depends. You know what I'm saying? And then everything here is what I pretty much said in my notes. Okay. At what time do you go to sleep? I try to go to sleep at 10 p.m., but my neighbors keep me up. Your neighbors keep you up, then you need to go and talk to them. I think that people that go to bed always look better. Yeah. So my thing is, for the last, I've been falling asleep pretty much around like 10 p.m. Okay. Because like it takes a while for me to actually wind down. But when I like meditate into sleeping, I'm able to just like I end up falling asleep and not knowing that I fell asleep. So yeah. And if your neighbors are keeping you up, you might want to talk to them. If you live in an apartment, usually that's a problem too, because you can do a noise complaint on them, you know. But yeah, but no, usually, yeah, and when you go to bed earlier, you do look better because you're getting your proper sleep. You know, when you're up late scrolling and everything, you're not properly getting your rest. And then a lot of us got to get up and go to work in the morning. So my thing is like if you're up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, you're getting a few hours of sleep and then you're up trying to get to work. You get what I'm saying? So I always say put down the phone, put down the distractions, and create the environment for you to rest. And make sure if you journal your problems out, give your problems to God. Give your problems to whoever. Say, okay, I get it. Let them go and learn to put your body into that rest state. It's easier said than done. So it's easier said than done. All right. Um, So now that we talked about that, we're going to jump into the next point. And the next point is, of course, hydration and skin support. And like I said, hydration, water. You want to make sure you are drinking your water. Okay. Put down the soda, put down the coffee. Okay. Um, I said here, drink your water consistently throughout the day. You should be having a few cups of water throughout the day. All right. Put down the water, put down the soda, the energy drinks too. Leave them things alone. Okay. Um, there has been the big thing of people using like liquid IV electrolytes. And I'm going to tell you right now, unless you are someone who is working out, playing a sport, athletic, you don't need all that. Okay. And that's another reason why people are having kidney issues because you guys are taking all these electric lights and stuff and you don't need them. You just need some water. Okay. So unless you are an athlete and you are really getting it in, maybe you need some electrolytes or mineral rich foods. But besides that, okay, not too much. Okay. And then of course we're going to talk a little bit about like skincare. So there's a few things with skincare. We'll talk about skincare since this is a skincare channel. All right, we'll throw it in there. Sun protection. I'm not saying sunscreen because John, if you've been rocking with me, you know sunscreen ain't doing it right now for people. That ozone layer, gone. That sun is burning right through the skin, the sunscreen. Um, hats, coverings, and not baking yourself in the sun. Yes, there's nothing wrong with getting your sun. You should be getting your sun, but don't be on the beach baking for hours. But okay. Um, a solid skincare routine. You should be washing, cleansing, moisturizing morning and night. Okay. A little exfoliation. But if you're just keeping it simple, that is that. Okay. The basics. So you should have somewhat of a skincare routine and protecting yourself from the sun. All right. Because we all see what happens to people who bake themselves in the sun. If you want to look like an old wrinkled up couch by the time you're 40, you keep on baking in that sun. Okay. and it's going to be all here. All right. All right. Okay. So, yeah. So pretty much hydration. And you know what, too? Hydration is very important with aging. People don't talk about that part either. All right. Hydration is what keeps the skin looking plump and looking its best. That's why, hyaluronic acids, using things that are moisturizing um, for the skin. And not only that, internally. Internally, if you are moisturized and hydrated, you're going to look like that outside. But if you dry it up on the inside because you're not taking care of yourself on the inside, yeah, your skin going to be dried up too. Just chalkboard. Okay. And we don't want that. So make sure you're staying hydrated from the inside out. Okay. Excuse me. Any questions for me? None? Okay. So we are going to do a little, oh, I see somebody said, what is it? Hyaluronic acid? What you say? Hyaluronic acid is amazing. Yes, hyaluronic acid is amazing. Hyaluronic acid holds 2 times its actual weight, and it also draws in moisture from your environment. So I always say if you have dry skin, throw some hyaluronic acid should be in your rotation. Okay. Clear Skin Playbook. You guys know this is my newest baby to my ebook collection. And I, created this ebook for you guys so that you guys can have a guide on how to get clear skin, not only get clear skin, but to maintain clear skin. Okay. Currently, this ebook is $5 off until the end of today. I will go ahead and stick the link in the chat so that you guys can go and click it if you guys are interested. So give me a second. Let me do that really quickly. And then we're going to continue on with this video. So give me a second. I just want to make sure I get this out to you guys. It's a good tool to have. And then I have other ebooks that you guys can also check out if you go to the Beacons link that I have. Usually you can find it at the top of my channel. It has everything there. So yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me put this in here. Ooh. A little breaky break. It's still early. It's only 10:20. But I wanted to come on earlier because I feel like I'll be missing y'all. Like, I feel like later I go on, sometimes it's not that busy. Okay, so that is the link to the Clear Skin Playbook, all right? And it is $5 off currently, so you guys can get it for a discount. So definitely go and check that out. All right, let's continue on. All right. So, this is another one. This is very important too. Your mental health and your social habits. Okay. So let's talk about this. So, getting outside more. Okay. Spending time outside. It can be at the park, at the beach. Just getting more outside into the elements. If you know, you know. I don't have to go deep into that. The people that you have around you, your relationship, that can be boyfriend, girlfriend, your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friends. People don't realize, but they can age you. They can stress you out in ways that can age you. So keeping people around you that are good for you, that are healthy for you, that are wholesome for you, okay? That's very important to know. We all know those people that are in those toxic relationships. Yeah. And you see them and they look worse and worse every day. It's very important about the people that you keep around you. And that's something else that maybe I'll make it another topic to talk about, because nobody talks about the effects of when you are around people that are no good for you and what it does to you physically. It drains the life out of you so much that people become unrecognizable. The hair starts falling out. They're losing weight or they're gaining weight. Their skin gets really bad. And this is also to the more spiritual side of it, which you guys know I'm always about. But be mindful of the company you keep, because that as well can age you. All right. Another thing is keeping your brain sharp. So, you want to maintain, you want to keep your brain sharp. You want to stay learning, stay interacting, crossword puzzles, reading. Okay. I like doing Sudoku puzzles. I like doing brain things that keep your brain sharp. All right. Because that's very important as well. There's a lot of people who get dementia, Alzheimer's, all that. You want to make sure that you are keeping your brain sharp. Okay. That goes hand in hand with the rest of everything else. All right. Like I said, we're not just going to be talking about what you're using on your skin here. We're going to be talking about everything in general when it comes to the body and what it is that you need to be doing to age gracefully. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Um, I'm someone who loves her alone time. I like to be in my own little bubble. Okay. And a lot of people like that. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to recharge your battery, be away from the world for a little bit. I get it. But you don't want to be isolated all the time. If you are in your home 24/7, you don't go outside, you are isolated, that is not good. Okay. You don't want to be isolated all the time. You should be spending time with friends, family, someone, getting outdoors, going for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't have friends and family, but you're going for a walk, getting outside, getting around people, maybe meeting somebody new in the grocery line. You should be getting outside. Okay. Don't isolate yourself in a home or away from people. That's not healthy. Because people think, oh, I buy myself 24/7. That's not healthy. No. But someone like me, I get it because I recharge best when I'm away from people. So yeah, I like to be at my house sometimes for a day, gain my space, and then the next day we back home. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. Chronic stress. Being chronically stressed not only can kill you, but it will age you like nobody's business. Hmm. Hmm. Keep that stress to a minimum. My thing is this. Listen, I have this thing with myself. I tell myself there is nothing in this world worth me losing my life over when it comes to the materialistic things of the world. If it's out of my control, it is out of my control, baby. I am not stressed about it. I will focus on what I can focus on and control what I can control in the best way possible. But I do not stress over shit it's not worth it. I have seen people have strokes. I have seen people lose their lives after chronic stress, after chronic stress, after chronic stress, and they have a heart attack. Nothing in this world is worth it. Nothing in this world is worth it. And when I started to think like that and act like that and just go, that over there is bothering me, but it is what it is. We're going to work what we can work on and we're going to let that go. Because the way that this world is set up as well is unfortunate, but I feel like it keeps people in a stress format. Bills, job, family, this, that, this, that. People are living in this loop of stress, loop of worry, loop of anxiety, loop of depression. And that is going to do nothing but put you in a hospital bed or the fucking grave. Excuse my language. But I'm very passionate about this because it's serious. And I had to also come to a moment where I started noticing things were knocking off, like my anxiety or my triggers or my stress, and my heart was just like this in my chest, right? And I'm sitting up here and I'm like, that's not normal. Like, that's going to put you in the hospital. That's going to have you, and none of this shit is worth it. And I highly suggest you guys do the same. Nothing in this world is worth you being stressed. Nothing. You control what you can control and you move forward. Also, you have to understand that life is a moment. Things are going to happen that are not going to be the way that you wanted it to be. Shit's going to happen. Things are going to pop off. That is just the way of life, honey. But things get better. They get better. So you let that be. You control what you can control and you move forward. And that is all you can do. But please don't allow the things of this world to stress you out and do harm on your body. Don't. And a lot of people don't realize it until it's too late. A lot of people don't realize it until they're in the hospital. I remember, I think I told this story on my last live about the man that I was watching on TikTok and how he was having hypertension issues. Like, I think he was like second stage hypertension or something. And he's pretty young. He's not, I don't think he's that old. And they were telling him, like, you need to get this under control because if not, you can have a stroke or something can happen to you. And he said he went home, he looked at everything around him, and he said, none of this shit is fucking worth it. He put all his money together from his 401k, did all this shit, quit his job, I guess put in the whatever to his apartment, and this man moved to a whole nother state. Started over fresh, a whole other state, and said, I guess maybe he was living with somebody that was also not good for him, but he said, fuck this. Nothing is worth me having a stroke. And he got all his stuff together and he did what he needed to do. And this is what I'm talking about. There ain't nothing worth it. So if something is stressing you out in your life, you need to figure out a way to get that out of your way. Okay? That is very, very important to talk about. And I just say, like, with the times that we're living in, you know, and this is something for me as well. Listen, I live in LA, born and raised, right? Born and raised out here. It will forever be home, but I just can't do it no more. Like, I really feel like LA is cool, but there's just something about it that I just don't vibe with no more. I think we talked about this as well. I do want to move, but I want to enjoy life more. I want to get on a plane. I want to go to New Orleans. I want to go to Turks and Caicos. I want to go to the Maldives. I want to live life. I don't want to just be here to survive. That's not life. And that's another reason why a lot of people are stressed and upset is because they are just living to survive. People are not living to live, and we are meant to freaking live. We are meant to enjoy the ways of the world. We're not here to struggle. You get what I'm saying? And do all no. Mm-mm. Not at all. But I don't know. I don't want to rant too much. But I'm not with the way that the system is set up. The system is set up to keep people in that loop. And that's not how we should be living. You know, so yeah, I'm on that right now with 2026. I'm like, I want to get on the plane. I want to enjoy my life. I want to live. I want to not have to worry about anything. Like, I want to live. You know, I want to just continue to be stress free and just live, you know? So, yeah. Do you guys have any questions for me? You guys are quiet today. Not too much going on. I know it's still early. But now I've been looking up like flights to New Orleans. I've been like looking up things that we going. I was telling my man about it earlier. I was like, and then he was like, yeah, we can go. He's like, let's just, plan the trip and go. And then like, I was not really about like cruise ships. The mass body of water is what kind of gives me the ick, but I won't know until I try it, right? So I was like, maybe we should plan a cruise, get on a cruise somewhere, and then you could stop off at little islands. Like, let's do this. Like, let's live life this year, 2026. We talked about having children and stuff like that too, and I'm like, well, I kind of want to, do some things before we decide to have kids or, take those steps. But yeah, like I really just want to live life, and I just want to be free. And that's one thing about me too. I'm such a free spirit. Like, I've never liked rules. I've never liked being told what to do. Like, none of that ever sits right with me. Like, I always wanted to just do my own thing, and I'm still that way. Have y'all ever been on a cruise before? What was y'all experience? See, because my thing is this, I don't trust man-made stuff in the middle of the freaking ocean. That's my problem. But people who have went on cruises, they're like, it's so relaxing. And then you get off at the islands like Jamaica, the Bahamas, whichever one you decide to take. And you just go and be on the island and explore and have a nice time. Like, have you guys been on a cruise and what was your experience? I want to know. Cause like, and then we want to go on a cruise where there's no kids. So like, we want to go on like an adult cruise. So we're thinking about that. And then our man was like, I don't want to be around a bunch of senior citizens. And I was like, well, I don't know if they have a no senior citizen cruise. I mean, they have no kids cruises, but I don't think a lot of these cruises are going to be a bunch of senior citizens. Like, you think this is going to be old people? Like, no, I think there's people our age and younger as well. They're like 18 and over. So like, yeah. So we have some planning to do for this year because baby, I'm going. I'm going. We're gonna be on a plane somewhere. Okay. We need to be. And then on top of that, too, I've been eyeballing like all these like 24-hour trips. So I'm sitting up here and I'm like, okay, peep it. I have Fridays and Saturdays off, right? I don't have to be back to work until Sunday morning. I get off 8:30 on Thursday nights. I'm like, dude, the way we can catch a flight overnight, get to New Orleans in the morning, and then go from there, baby. I'm telling you, we can be and then enjoy the 2 days and then come back overnight and land. Like, there are so many things that like, or we can go like to New York, or we can go like to any other state and just do like a 24-hour trip and come back. Listen, listen. 2026 is about to be a whole new, and a lot of times I think about we think about finances like, oh, well, I'm gonna need this much money. Listen, I hear people all the time, just take the trip. I'm not saying go out there with no money. Be smart. But if you plan the trip accordingly, put money to the side, you can go out and have fun. Some way. And then there be people who be traveling with no money. We see that shit all the time. They be like, I don't know how I'm gonna get home. How bold. I can't. I'm scared of the water too, but I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, why not? Fuck it. Like, why not? I see people do it all the time. And then you see those videos of people who be on the boat and they be tipping. See, and that's what be making me be like, that's why y'all shouldn't be out there. But I really, really, really want to try it. I just said like a little quick 3-day cruise. And I want to be able to go like where they get off at, like go on the island, like a little 3-day cruise won't hurt. Like, I can do that. But they be doing like those 7-day cruises. No, I don't want to be on the water for that long. No, baby. No, baby. Mm-mm. So yeah, but I don't know too. Like, I have been called to the South, y'all. Like, a party cruise. Yeah, that's the one. A party cruise is fine. I mean, that's one of the things where you're gonna go and have fun. A party cruise. I know I've been looking up some of the cruise lines. So yeah, so we can go out there and have some fun. So, and I think we'll have to fly. Yeah, I think too with Carnival and all them, I think you have to fly to Miami or Florida anyway. So you got to fly that way to dock and then catch the boat to go out. Because I'm in LA, so you got to fly that way anyway. So yeah, but no, like that's the plan, you know. So yeah, but the South has been calling my name. I don't know. I just feel like I'm meant to be other places. I'm not meant to be here no more in LA. And it's so crazy when we tell people that you want to leave LA, like they look at you like you're crazy. And I'm just like, I'm just not like my calling is just not here anymore. I feel like I've been called to go somewhere else for the longest time. And people think like, well, LA is the best place. A lot of y'all that are saying that, I'm gonna be really honest, y'all just moved here a few years ago. LA since COVID has gotten way worse. The homeless rates have increased. I'm not vibing with this shit no more. You know, in East LA, that's where my grandma lived. She lived in East LA. And they have been like cutting the wires, the copper wires that go to like the phone services, the street lights and all that, right? So street lights are out because people go in there stealing the copper wires. Internet services stay out, phones stay out. And it's just like, you pay too much to live here to be having things like that happening. And I don't understand why they don't put us, why are there no street lights? Y'all want us to pay all this money. There's no street lights. Like, make it make sense. Yeah, that too. Any place can get boring after a while. But you know what? For some people, no. I have some people that tell me they'll never leave LA, born and raised. They'll never leave here. And I'm just like, you ain't never been curious about somewhere else? So some people come here and they never leave. They never go anywhere. And they have no type of like wanting to go anywhere else. So I always find that interesting. But meanwhile, for me, I just feel like my calling is not here anymore. I feel like my calling is elsewhere. You ever been pulled to a different place? Like I don't know what it is. Even my grandma, because I was telling my grandma, like, yeah, like I don't know what it is, but I'm really wanting to go to the South. I ain't never been to the South ever. I have a lot of family from the South, like Louisiana, Alabama. I have family, but I don't know what it is. Like my grandma's like, yo, like she hasn't been that way in years, but I'm just it's something about it. So, I don't know. But I feel like my time here in LA is just it's not for me no more. You're a free spirit. I am a free spirit. But I feel like too, like the problem is that I've tried to be I don't want to say in the area or in the lane, but I've tried to be in the lane of things. But I just feel like it's the needle is not moving. And I think because the needle is not moving, I think it's because I'm more likely is not supposed to be here anymore. Like, and my grandma's still out here. She the last one standing. And so like I don't want to, necessarily like leave. Like she's cool with me leaving, but I'm like, but Portugal. Ooh, Portugal. I actually, oh my goodness, you just made me. I had a client who was from Portugal and she was so sweet, but she moved back to Texas and she was the sweetest woman. And they would go to Portugal like once a year for the holidays to see her family. And she was the sweetest woman and she moved back to Texas because they had a house in Texas and I ain't seen her. And I was like, I was like, whenever you come back out here, come see me. But I guess she hasn't been back out here. But she was the sweetest woman. So yeah, Portugal. Mm, I don't hear a lot about Portugal. I heard it's nice though. I heard Portugal is really nice. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be out here, y'all, in LA. You'll just see me like, oh, we're moving, but I don't know. And then the whole thing too is that New Orleans, like their houses have me in a chokehold, but they're below sea level. So it's just like I don't see myself ever buying property out there because they're below sea level. And listen, You buy property out there, you buy something out there, and the whole thing goes underwater. It's pointless. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like, it's just something about the South that is calling me, and I just can't shake it. I can't shake it. I don't know what it is. People think I'm crazy too when I say, "Oh, yeah, you want to go there," but I don't know what it is. It just pulls me there. So I don't know. But yeah, what time is it? It is only 10:42. I need to go to the grocery store. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. It does. It has. I feel like New Orleans has a lot of the culture. It has a lot of like history to it. Um, Even the architecture is just it's beautiful. There's just something about it. And I heard their food is really good. So yeah, but there are not too many places that I'm really drawn to visit. But that's one place. The Maldives is another one, and Turks and Caicos is another one. The Maldives, I just like how it's just something about, and I'll be stalking people who go because I like to see what other people's thoughts and opinions are on it when they go. And yeah, I'm just always stalking people that go to like Turks and Caicos, and you don't hear about a lot of people going to Turks and Caicos. I don't know why. And the Maldives, actually, you don't hear a lot. I know the Maldives, you got to take like a leather plane to get to the island. It's a whole thing with Maldives, but you don't hear too many people say that they go there. Like, for example, I have no interest in going to Hawaii. Is that how you pronounce? It's Hawaii. 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 I know there's a certain way that you pronounce it that we always don't say it right, but I don't have no interest in going because everybody goes there from here, from California or LA. They go to Hawaii. Hawaii is that how you say? I don't know. I always try to pronounce it right, but they go over there, and that's like the spot. And so I'm like, I don't want to go there. I have no interest because everybody goes there. Hmm. Everybody goes there, and that's boring. So yeah. So yeah, y'all. Well, any questions for me? If not, we are going to jump up off of this live, and hopefully this was helpful for all you guys out there and how to age gracefully. Just take care of yourself. Point blank period. Take care of yourself, eat well, sleep well, stay away from stress, stay away from the people that are not for you. Nothing in this world is worth it. Live your life, do what it is that you want to do, and that's it. And with that being said, y'all, I will talk to you guys in another live and have a great rest of your Wednesday.